I'll tell you this. JJ Redick, who I think is probably a really good coach, right? He seems to be doing the right things. He seems to be emphasizing, spreading the floor, more threes, more modern game, all this other type of stuff, emphasizing Anthony Davis, who actually can't do anything against Nikola Jokic. That's got to be the most deflating thing possible, is that you can literally kill everybody else except this dude. But I tell you this, Fred, I don't know if JJ Redick is long for this whole life, because I've only seen one other coach in my years of watching basketball and hearing the stories and everything else. I've only seen one coach take losses, regular season losses, this damn hard. And that was Doug Collins. And Doug Collins was the master. For those who only know him as a TV guy or know him when he played and everything else, Doug Collins is a genius of a basketball mind. He's a genius of a motivator. But baby, let me tell you, he wears every loss all the time. And if he's wearing it, that means he's going to extract it from himself and put it on the guys. And that seems like a recipe for someone who's going to burn himself out quickly. That's what it looks like. He looks like JJ Redick to me.
It might be the case. I mean, we've seen it's not just the losses, it's struggles in general, right? Like there was that viral clip of D'Angelo Russell taking a bad off the dribble fadeaway from the corner, and you see JJ, he wasn't even sitting down at the time. He went to his seat so that he could assault the seat, right? He grabs the bottom of the seat and jumps up and down and slams it into the floor. And it was like so frustrated. And that was the same game where he ends up benching Russell. Mm-hmm. But we don't know. Like, I think sometimes we don't give coaches the same courtesy that we give players, which is when Steph Castle has a bad turnover in crunch time against the Warriors last night, which, by the way, he makes up with an incredible steal on the next play. Mm-hmm. But when Steph Castle makes a turnover, we say, so rookie learning the ways of the league. And JJ Redick's a rookie learning the ways of the league too. I know he played for a long time. I know he's been a strong voice in media for a long time, but coaches progress and they learn stuff and they learn from their mistakes and they learn from their demeanor. And they edit things. And some things are just inherent to who they are and they never change. And some things are able to be improved. And I don't think we can really know which are the things that are inherent to who they are and which are the things that can be modified until we kind of see more of it. So quite honestly, I'm not really at the point where I'm willing to take any grand takeaways away from Redick right now. For me, the thing that concerns me the most with the Lakers is, like, you mentioned all the stuff that's going well. AD having a great year. LeBron being LeBron, even though he's almost 40. Dalton Connect hitting every single three. And Austin Reeves having some nice moments. And D'Angelo Russell having some nice moments off the bench and all of that. All that's on the scoring end. The issue for them right now is they are not as good of a defensive team as they should have been. Like, the way I said they're right. I think they're right about the quality of the team that I thought they were going to be. But the way I framed it wrong. I should have said they're about the quality of the team that I thought they would be in a different manner than I expected them to get to that quality. Where they're a better offensive team than I thought. Anthony Davis has been unbelievable this season. He has just been at a whole other level. Dalton Connect has been great, and people there were really excited about him from the second that they drafted him. But defensively, they're getting scoured. They're, I think, 26 in points allowed per possession right now. And they're top 5 offense, but that's why that point differential keeps falling down. They keep giving up all those damn points. And defensively, there's stuff.
They don't get back on defense. Like, that might be the number one thing. When they turn the ball over, you can see it's just automatic 3-on-1s, 4-on-1s. And some of the main culprits are some of these guys who score a lot of points on an everyday basis.
Totally. And you know what? The issues aren't just fast breaks. Like, a lot of people have pointed out the transition defense, but the problem is what the transition defense is leading to is mismatches on the other end. Like, you look at them, they're 23rd in defensive rebound rate, right? But part of the reason they're 23rd in defensive rebound rate is because when everybody doesn't hustle back and isn't able to pick up their man, and you've got Anthony Davis guarding on the perimeter, and Anthony Davis is responsible for a disproportionate amount of your defensive rebounding, but he's got to go out and guard the perimeter because everybody got matched up on the wrong guy because you didn't get back, you're going to have a harder time rebounding the basketball in that scenario. And I think those sorts of things will have trickle-down effects on the defense. And I'm not saying necessarily that this team should be elite defensively,
Right.
But a team with Anthony Davis on it is just not built. This team is not built to be 26th in points allowed per possession. And I don't think it'll end up that low in defense. But, you know, a stretch of 16 games where they're that low, I have to imagine that's something that is probably ticking off JJ Redick too.
Well, he always comes across like, I know the answers. I know what the problem is, but he doesn't actually say it. Maybe it's because he can't say it. And if that's the case, okay, fine, so be it. I feel like they have problems against big teams. They have problems against athletic teams, as we got to see against the Orlando Magic. Like, Orlando walked them down minus Paulo Banchero. Like, you're going to have problems with teams that fit a certain profile more than it is, oh, we got problems with this type of player. And the NBA is becoming more and more when you look at the standings. Oh, young and athletic. Oh, you're moving well. Oh, it's not just switching and being able to shoot. It's just an overall quickness and pace, and not pace in terms of statistics, but pace in terms of how we are actually getting into our offense, how we are actually getting into actions. You're starting to see a lot of that.